Hey folks, it's Rithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farmers Dynasty, and yes, you've guessed it, the game is available for sale once again. However, it's not available on Steam. They've only got it on a website called Players Dynasty, which I'm assuming is something to do with them, and I will try to remember to put a link in the description down below. If I do forget to include the link to where the game is available right now, make sure you tell me in the comments, and that will remind me to go back and actually get it and put it into the description. So there is a way to buy the game, therefore I am back and playing it, and I will do what I was doing, which is one episode a week, and we'll continue also playing the other farming games that we're playing as well. So whilst we've got this one back, this is great and all. I got the hiccups again. I've always got the hiccups. I always have hiccups. Anyway, whilst we've got this one available, we will take a look around, and I've sort of been thinking, you know, we've been messing around. I've got peas growing in that field there, and that's great and all. They're actually growing now as well. We've also got some wheat growing in... map. M for map. There. We've got the peas growing, and we've got... That feels mine, that feels mine. There's nothing in it. This field is mine as well. We were cultivating that field, and then it's this one over here that we also own. That one's fertilized and is sown with wheat, but we didn't plow it. We just cultivated it. I started cultivating this one. We got 60% left. Look, we've got... The one thing that really bugs me about this game is there is no hired help of any kind, and many of you know that I find this particularly frustrating because the jobs are so slow, so tedious, and quite frankly, this is the one deal breaker for me. As far as this game is concerned, unless they add in a way to do some kind of hired help, this is definitely not a game I'm going to keep playing. I absolutely cannot having to do everything ourselves right through the game. I know it's a simulator and you are supposed to be simulating stuff, but you know, there is a line, and I'm not prepared to sit here and just keep doing the same thing for hours and hours and hours and hours. So I'm not going to finish cultivating that big field that we were working on. I'm not going to do that field. That field, we're just forgetting about that field now. I'm going to plant the field down here with grass seed. That was one thing that we wanted to do. So I will do that, and then once I've planted it with grass seed, well, first of all, we were going to spread manure on it. Once I'm going to spread manure, and then we're going to plant grass seed, and then spread fertilizer on here as well. When that's done, we're then going through until the autumn. We've got a field of wheat, and that's had fertilizer put on it. We've got a field of peas over there that's had fertilizer, and it's had some manure put on it as well. And then we're going to have the field of grass that we will mow and will turn into some bales. So I'm not doing any more than that. I am not going to be spending ages cultivating up that great big field up there. It is just not worth it. And if a game mechanic is not added in at some point that will allow us to have, you know, set some hired help going, then fair warning to you now, I won't be playing this game forever. This is not one that I'm going to keep playing if we have to keep doing everything manually ourselves. I just don't enjoy it. I just absolutely... It's the sort of thing that makes me just want to bash my head against a brick wall. It's so dull having to do it all yourself all the time. And I don't think we need to. I don't think there's any need to have the game making it, doing it that way. There's so many different simulator games out there that allow the automation of all these different processes. I do not see the logic of this one game not having that feature in it, and I don't believe that it's impossible to put it in here. I think that there's got to be a way to do it. I mean, I could be wrong. It could be that this game, the way it's made, is just not going to be possible to have any kind of hired help in here whatsoever, in which case then I'm sorry, but this isn't the game for me. But for now, we will play it. And we will continue on with the different things that we want to do. We would like to get married. We would like to try and find ourselves a wife. I'm going to load up a whole load of this manure here. We've got as much as we can take. We've still got the horrible glitchiness of the camera. I'm hoping that is something that's going to be addressed at some point. We'll have to wait and see. Ooh, hello. It's slowing down again. it should be alright. I think the last time that I played this, I don't know if it was the last time or the time before last, but anyway, we were experiencing some horrible graphics glitches, and it was doing some very strange things. I think I found out the problem, and that was my computer was trying to run some updates in the background as well as running this, and yeah, the whole thing combined together resulted in just bad news generally. It's not a good combination. Computer trying to run updates and do other things as well. Right, we'll go to here. We will start fertilization, and we will start traveling across the field. So we're able to go at a good rate of knots on this, and we don't have a very wide spread. So we're pretty much having the width of the tractor and the tanker, maybe a tiny little bit extra, but not much more than that. So we will do once around the outside edge of the field, and then we will see about doing sort of working our way up and down. I don't think we're going to be able to get the entire field done. I'm going to give it my best shot, but I just don't think it's going to work. But there we go. There is our muck spreader and our Jack Bear working away. So we're not on Steam again. Well, we're not on Steam still. This is still not available on Steam. So there's obviously something going on in the background here that is stopping them from being allowed to release this game onto Steam. What is actually going on with the creation of this game, I have no idea. If you have a Steam version, I would assume that updates would still come out to it. As for buying the game on the website that they've got and then being given a Steam key later on when it's available on Steam again, I have no idea. A lot of people have asked that question on their Facebook page, but I haven't seen an answer to it from them. They posted up on the 30th of March that it was available. It's now, for me, the 4th of April, and there doesn't seem to have been any updates since. So we're still quite lacking in any information about just what's going on and what's going to happen when you've spent money on it or anything like that. If anybody has any more updated information, then please get into the comments section, let us know, and maybe I can pass on that information next week. We will see. Hopefully everybody will be able to get a copy of the game that wants a copy of the game, and you'll be able to get all the updates and everything necessary pushed out to you. The advantage of using Steam, obviously, is that updates are done automatically. Everything is updated automatically, whereas I don't know what it's going to be like buying it from their website. The only payment option, I think, is PayPal. Whether they accept a direct a credit card payment, I don't really know. That's something you would have to look at yourselves. I didn't really look at the website very much. I did look at it, make sure it was all there. It did seem to be fine. As for credit cards versus other payments, I've got no idea. I know that because there was somebody on the Facebook page saying, do they accept any payment other than PayPal? So I don't really know what's going on with that either. If anybody has any more information, like I said, please comment below, and I will do my best to remember to pass it all along to everybody next week. I will just do one episode of this week. We're going to do this episode, and then tomorrow will be Farm Manager, and the following day will be Pure Farming. So we're having one farming episode, one farming video per day on this channel, and I'm going to sort of try to keep that going. Try to keep one farming video per day, but I don't want to be doing more than one farming video per day because I feel that it's a little bit too much. We get oversaturated with one subject, and then people get bored with it, and then sort of aren't really interested in any of them. So rather than having that, and also me, I also get bored of doing the same thing over and over and over. So yeah, we will stick with one farming episode per day, and we will do other things as well. So today you've already had an episode of House Flipper, which I did notice had a big update, so I don't actually know what that is, because whilst you've already had that one go up for you, I haven't actually recorded it yet. This one I'm recording first, so we will see. I don't really know what's going to happen for that one. And then you're also having what else am I doing today? Subnautica, I think. Yes, you're going to have another episode of Subnautica, which is a game that I absolutely love right now. That game is just amazing. Story, the effects, the just everything about that game is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. It's wonderful. I love that game. Yeah, anyway, we are farming today. We are spreading manure. I've never spread manure with a, well, slurry. This is slurry. I've never spread slurry with a tanker like this. This one doesn't actually look like it should even be spreading it like this. It looks like an old slurry tanker, which should just have a dribble bar and a lever from the tank, from the tractor. From the tractor, you have this little lever, you pull it, and the slurry starts dribbling out the back, and it literally comes off a dribble bar. Although, given the age of it, it would be unlikely that you'd get very much in the way of slurry on farms back then anyway. It would have been manure, and you'd either have a muck spreader, so just large piles of muck, and you'd have either had a muck spreader, which would have actually kicked it up and out, and those had horizontal bars along the back and then a big bed chain. It's just a trailer, and it just kicked it straight back out over. Oh, and we're empty. Right. That's all the slurry. Yeah, we won't be doing any more slurry. So there's a little bit in the middle that doesn't have slurry. We have got 90% manure coverage on this field. That's not too bad. But yeah, you'd have either had one of those muck spreaders, which is like a trailer, and it stuck it straight out the back. The side roto spreaders didn't actually come until later, and the muck spreaders that did it straight over the back, they were available in a horse-drawn variety as well, but they're hard work for the horses. The other ones that you had were... Right, I want to go straight over to seed now. The other ones that you had were... well, they weren't muck spreaders. It was just taken out on a trailer. You loaded it up onto a horse and cart, or a trailer and tractor and trailer, and you took it out into the field, and then you left great big piles all over the field everywhere. And that's all you did. You just left these great big heaps everywhere. Grass, yes, we have. Fill the seeder. Excellent. You had these great big heaps of muck. Yeah, just great big heaps of muck everywhere. Oh yeah, we don't actually have an engage or anything like that for this seed drill. You just start driving, and it just keeps tipping seed out, which is very, very realistic, isn't it? So yeah, you would take it out to the field, and you would drive round and round, and well, you wouldn't drive round and round. You just drive out, and then you'd leave it in heaps in the field. You just chuck it out you pile it up into heaps, and then you go back later on the ground, and these heaps would be evenly spaced throughout the field, and then you just spread them out. You'd have a pitchfork in your hand, and you would just start spreading out all of these heaps of muck all over the field, and eventually, when you'd finished spreading them out, that was your muck spreading done. So it was all done by hand. Sometimes you would have the horses just walk very, very slowly up across the field, and you would stand on the back of the trailer and just spread it as you went. You'd have two or three, probably two of you would usually be enough. You'd stand on the back, one each side, and spread it, because if you had more than two, you'd sort of get in each other's way, and you'd be in danger of stabbing someone with a fork. And I've done that. I have stood on the back of the trailer, and we've very, very slowly inched our way up across the field, while two of us shovel muck like mad with the forks and flinging it out. And as you chuck it, there's a very particular technique to muck spreading by hand. As you go along, you get a forkful, and you chuck it, and as you chuck it, you sort of flick your wrist a little bit, so you twist the fork as it goes, and that causes it to spread out. So you can't have particularly fresh stuff. If it's all stuck in great big clumps, you can't spread it properly, and then you've got to go round the field on foot afterwards and spread out the big clumps. That makes it very, very difficult. So that's very often why they would go and make heaps out in the field, because they'd make the heaps and they wouldn't go the same day and spread the heaps out. They would leave them there for sometimes 2 or 3 days, sometimes a bit longer than that even, and it would just allow it to start rotting and the clumps to break apart a little bit, and then you go along and you spread them all out. But it is possible, if you'd had muck sitting in the yard for a while and the clumps had broken down a bit, it would work out all right then, and you could do it. Just have it off the back of the trailer, and it's just a flick of the wrist so you rotate your fork in your hand. You just give it a rotation as you throw it. You sort of sweep it out in a big arc, giving it the rotation as you do it, and that sort of gives it an even spread, and it'll go. You can spread it like 15-20 yards. You get a good flick on it, And you can do that. And as the tractor's sort of slowly moving forward, you flick it out, and then you go straight back, get another forkful, flick that out, and it's just moved it forward a little bit. Once you get up to the end of the field, if you've been doing it evenly all the way across, you should have a nice even spread of muck all the way across the field. And it was always a matter of pride being able to get it evenly spread right up across the field. Now, I only ever did this a couple of times because muck spreaders were in everyday use on every single farm long before my time. I'm only 37, I'm not 97. So, yeah, it was unusual that I was doing this, but we had a muck spreader break down, and we only had a very small field that we needed to do, and my grandfather was there at the time, and he said, oh, why don't we just do it by hand? It ain't going to take us very long, and it didn't. It only took us a few hours to do that, which wasn't any problem at all. So that's what we did. We went and we spread that field by hand, and we spent a few hours doing it, and it worked out quite well. So we did end up doing that again the following year, so I'm sort of a dab hand at that now. And also, when I was growing up, when I was a teenager, we had a small holding that we lived on, and my parents did, and, well, I lived there with my parents. Shock horror. As a teenager, yeah, I know, it may come as a shock to some of you as well. But we had 4 acres of land, and we had several, we had about an acre of it turned into garden at one point. Most of the time we were there, though, it was about half an acre in 3 separate gardens, and we grew a huge amount of vegetables there. We were aiming for like as much self-sufficiency as we could get, and doing these gardens, they were too small for taking in a muck spreader or anything like that, and we didn't own a muck spreader anyway, so it wouldn't really matter anyway. And so we would, why have I got tracks going in strange directions? That's a bit peculiar. I don't know why that would be. Anyway, we had these, we didn't really bother spreading any muck on the grass fields where we kept our stock. We did used to put fertilizer on there with a fertilizer spinner, but the actual gardens, we would spread muck on those. You know, sometimes we would dig part of the garden in, and you dig it all over by hand. You trench dig it, so you dig a trench, and then you fill the trench up with manure, and then you go along and you dig a trench right next to it, and you put all of that upside down on top of all the muck that you've just put into the trench, and then you have another trench, you fill that one with muck, and so on. You work your way all the way across the garden. It's a tedious, very, very back-breaking job. It's hard, tedious work. I never enjoyed doing that job. I never did. But yeah, it would eventually, you'd get it all done, and everything would be a nice layer of muck buried in the garden, which you could grow on. We preferred the other way, and that was to just get the muck and spread it across the entire big garden, and then we'd get our little tractor, which was a Massey 35. We'd get that one and a rotavator on the back, which is about 1.2 meters wide, might have been 1.3 meters wide, and that rotavator, we'd get, once we'd spread muck across the entire garden, we'd put the rotavator going and rotivate the entire garden from top to bottom and then side to side and do the whole lot like that. So you wouldn't have to dig it over by hand, and the muck would all get stirred right into the soil. And then, of course, any weeds that were growing there had been nicely chopped up by the rotavator, which meant that you then had a lot more weeding that you had to do for the entire summer because of all the little tiny bits of root that would then turn into nice, big, healthy plants that would grow and grow and grow and grow and suck all the nutrients out the soil that we've... Oh, I didn't even notice we've run out of grass seed. I need a little bit more. Yeah, so you'd spend a lot of time weeding when you used that particular approach. It didn't really matter, but it would mean that it was a little bit of extra work. However, I felt that the extra weeding was more than offset by the fact that we didn't actually have to trench dig the entire garden. That did make life a lot easier. So we're just back in here. Ooh, steady. This one's not the easiest machine to back up at times. There we go. And we come in around there. There we go. And stop. And then we can fill up the seat with grass. There we go. Fill the seeder. Let's come out of there. And we're away again. Flickering a bit. like it when it flickers. We'll go up here. There we go. And it's already started seeding because it does that. We should be... There's a little time... We have... no, we haven't missed bits. There. I haven't missed any bits. It's because I've... just the way that the planting is doing. It was the manure that we've missed a bit on, isn't it? Look there. I thought it was where I've missed seeds, but no, I haven't. So we could always get a little bit more slurry later on and chuck a bit on here, but I don't think it's really going to make much difference. All we really need to do now is get some... Right, grass is 99.6. Why is it 99.6? Why is it not 100%? I don't like that it's not 100%. Come down around the very edge. There we go. It's because I didn't get right to the very edge in places. Go right around the very edge like this. 99.7. I reckon this is most of what it is. 0.78. There's just little bits right around the very edge that you don't quite get. And that's enough to not give you your 100% coverage. 99.92. Come on, we've got to get the last little bit. 0.06 of the field left. Please, just let me have it. I'm not asking much. It's not going to let me have it, is it? 99.94% of this field has been covered. So where's the bit that's missing? I don't think we will ever know. I suspect this is one of those things we will never ever know. Right, anyway, that feels done. It's good enough. So we've got grass, we've done muck spreading in there, we've done grass spreading in there, we've done lots and lots of stuff in there. All we need to do now is spread a bit of fertilizer. That's what we want. If I can bring that one back in there. Nope. Back it up a bit more. There we go. Now I can press enter and I can empty the seeder with the last of the grass that's in there. Like that. And I'm actually going to back this one in a little bit further. And I'm going to drop it there. Like that. And then we're going to go and get our fertilizer spreader. And we're going to get that one going. And that will be the very last task that we need to do in that field. Everything else is then done. And we're not going to worry about the big field. There's no way I'm doing that as well. We've done more than enough. We've done loads of ploughing. We've done all kinds of tedious work. So that is more than enough tedium today. How much have we got in here? I got 60% in there. I suppose we could try and put a little bit more fertilizer in there. Let's see if we can do that. So I'll bring this one over here, and then I'll back it into that shed there. Come on round. And back it that way, and then the other way, and then back it, and there we go. Right, wheat. Empty the... Oh, fill with fertilizer there. I got fertilizer 500 kilos in stock. Excellent. And we are away. Right. So if I just press T, and then when I get up close, I press Z, and that will start it spreading. I'm not sure how... I'll go once around the edge at least, and then we can worry about doing it in the middle. But yeah, I really wish that they would have some kind of hired help on here. I think that would make such a major difference. I'm pretty sure we used to have a mini-map on here, didn't we? Did we have a mini-map? I don't know. Yeah, we did have a mini-map, because you used to be able to... I don't know what happened to the mini-map. I'll have to have a look in the options and see where our mini-map has gone, because we might be glad of that soon. We'll be able to use it. I could just be imagining things. We may not have had one. It has been a couple of weeks since we played this. We'll see. I'll take a look in a minute, and I'll sort of see if I can find out, get to the bottom of this particular little mystery. I'm going to overlap it like this. I'd rather do sort of double layer some of it than miss some of it. I think that would be a little bit better. Give us a better yield on here. Grass, I'm curious how well it's going, how worth it it's going to be. We haven't done any grass at all yet, because we can't use the mower on non-field grass. We've got all this grass all the way around us, but the mower doesn't do anything to it. It just vanishes, and we don't have anything left. So it's going to be interesting, I'm also not sure if it is able to turn straight into bales of hay or what. I absolutely no idea. No idea what the mechanic is with hay or grass or anything on here yet, because there's something that we haven't done. I don't think that we can actually do anything with it until next year, though. We get it all planted. As soon as we've planted, I was wondering if we should go and speak to someone about being our wife again. You know, just pay her some compliments. Not that I can actually remember who it was that we were speaking to. I think it was a lady that we bought the corn header from. I think it was. Except that I don't remember. I absolutely don't remember at all. So, yeah, that's... we won't worry about that now. Yeah, once we've done this, we'll go and we'll use the sleep for a week option. It does mean that we got a load of zucchini in our greenhouse that I'm not sure we're going to be able... We may end up missing the harvest on all of that in our greenhouse. However, I do feel it would be worth it. We want to move forward a bit with the seasons. Maybe we could go into winter and see what happens there. We've got some crops that are planted and will be ready for harvesting next year. As in a field of peas and a field of wheat. So we got some stuff that we can do. We could always... No, I was going to say we could always buy another field, but the problem with buying another field is that it ends up costing us more than we get back. And that's not something that I want to do. The building quests, they can be good. And I remember some of you saying I should be doing some ploughing quests for people. If I go and plough fields, I'll be able to make a decent bit of money doing that. I don't know if there are going to be other options as well as ploughing, whether we can do like cultivating quests or anything like that. But again, I think you've got to take your own machinery with you. I don't think you can have them supply the machinery, which means that we're sort of we're kind of guessing. Well, no, we're not guessing because you can see the quest beforehand, but you do have to spend absolutely ages traveling right across the map in order to be able to go and get the quest in the first place. Then you got to drive up and down for ages and ages doing the quest, and it ends up being just a lot of tedium. It's bad enough doing quests when you can use assistances with things like the GPS mod and stuff like that. But when you've got to drive ages and ages and ages in order to get to the location in the first place, and you've got to go as slow as we've got to go in this game, I'm not sure I want to be doing very much of those kinds of quests. It's not something that's going to add to... It's not going to make for an enriched experience, watching the videos. It's not going to make the videos better and more entertaining if I'm off doing a whole load of those types of quests. But, all of that aside, none of that matters, because right now... Oh, we're at 99%. There was a bit down here, wasn't there? I think I missed a bit down here somewhere. Where it was, I don't know. Where did I miss a bit? I've only got 4 kilos left. 99% fertilizer we're doing in here. There it is, your container is empty. Let's turn that one off. And we'll take this one back. I'm just going to park this one here in the yard somewhere. Too concerned about where we dumped that one. Let's put it there. Unhitch it, like that. And I can go up round the back this way. And I can park our tractor right there under in the shade. So let's jump off. Now, I would like to also upgrade our house. We've got no, hang on. Let me save it and see if there is an option for a mini-map. Well, I'm not really sure. I'm sure there was a mini-map on here, but anyway, it doesn't really matter. There isn't one now. But if you go into tab, I didn't realize we had farm statistics here. We can have a look. So zucchini seedlings 0, planted 34, ready for harvest 0, tomatoes none, planted 10, ready for harvest 10. I thought we'd already harvested the tomatoes. We'll go back and have a look at them. Pumpkins, humidity is perfect. Greenhouses, yeah, farm buildings fixed. Yep, they're all fixed. Animals 9. Milk to collect none. Hay, we got 1100, and we got no manure in there. Fields owned 4. We got 1 wheat, 1 pea, and 1 grass, and then a seed stored and wheat, and so on and so forth. 4,700 kilos of wheat, and another bit of other stuff. And if we look in here, the wheat in there is 360. All the way down there is 576, but it's just not worth taking it that long distance for that amount of time. In order to sell it, we get about 2,000 in total to do that, and 2,000 is not very much. Now, I thought that I'd already picked the tomatoes, but maybe we get to pick the tomatoes twice. Or did I pick the tomatoes and then have the game crash afterwards? Maybe. I think that's what happened. I think we lost the lot. Because I had my game crash, remember? So let me just pick all of these. At least that's a nice easy one. If it does crash again, then we don't need to worry about it. And we'll come out of here. Humidity is absolutely perfect at the moment, so we'll leave that alone. And, right, we've now got all of our fields planted. We've got that one planted and that one. Well, we've got 3 of them. And then there's wheat up there. We're not going to plant the 4th field because it's going to take too long and I just can't be bothered. It's quite simple, really. I just can't be bothered. I'm lazy and I don't want to do it. So let me just go onto there and remove the scaffolding that we've got up around this side of the house that I put up in order to do the last little bit here. Get rid of that. There we go. Right. That's all done. So we've got things repaired, but what I don't have is upgrades. I'd like to be able to upgrade stuff, but we need a vehicle to get things back here in order to be able to do that. That's something that we'll worry about another time. Let's not worry about it now. We're going for a long. Oh, I'll tell you what. Before we go and have our long sleep, let's have some eggs. We'll eat some eggs so that we get our condition all the way back up. And quests. We've got transport, plough the field, and plough the field. No, actually, I don't think we can get that one, and that one we probably can't get either. And then there's a plough the field, which I don't really want to do. Yeah, let's leave that. Right, rest for a week. There we go. We're going to try resting for a week, taking a long rest. That is some sleep. That is some serious sleeping, that is. Are we done? Right. We have eggs. Saturday, the 31st of August. A brand new day. You don't say. The cows need milking. Apparently, after a week, the cows need milking. So let's... you are well rested and feeling strong again. Let's take a look at different things out here. Let's look at our map. So we've got a transport quest there. Plough the field in town. We've got to plough the field over there. And all the way over there, we've got a transport quest. I'm going to leave the quests for today. I'm not going to worry about them. We will go and see the eggs and stuff in a minute. Let's go first. Let's see what we've got over here. We've got pea seedlings are growing. The grass is growing as well. And that's looking quite good, actually. Okay, I like this. Right, if I look there, what's it say? It just says 99.994. And then this one is 0.96. Ploughed, cultivated, fertilizer, manure. This one, exactly the same. So we got 100% coverage on some of it. Anyway, we don't need to worry about that. We're going to leave it. We will go in and we'll have a look in the greenhouse and we will see what is happening in here. We will also go and collect the eggs and possibly milk the cows. I'm not sure about the cows. These are ready to collect. We got a load of these. This is fantastic. I'm wondering if I should go and buy some more of these. I mean, we can sell them. If we get a wife, we're able to get, like... She'll make us a load of stuff that we can sell. So I am seriously... Well, who was it that I was speaking to? We'll ignore the cows, because they take ages to milk. So I can't really be bothered with that. But we will go and get the chickens. And then we were speaking to... I don't remember. I think it was a lady over here somewhere, wasn't it? Or was it over there where we've got the corn header? Maybe it was the lady where we got the corn header. I don't have anything there. I've got the pickup is up here. Let's go to the pickup a minute. And we'll start driving. See, I've got some materials there, but I can't do anything with those materials. So they're kind of pointless. Map. And I want to... I think I want to... Oh, no, hang on. Or was there a lady up there that I was speaking to? No, I don't think it was. I think it was here. If I put a mark there on the map, that's where I want to go. I'll go that way. I'll go racing over this way, and we'll see if we can give her a compliment. I can park the truck right next to her, and then I can give her a compliment every week. It'll be once a week, because we're going to be fast-forwarding time each time. And then, so we go, we speak to her, give her a compliment, collect the eggs from chickens, and then we go back to sleep for another week. Although I don't think we need to do that. I think we may just go straight into autumn tomorrow at the end of August. I think it's 1 month per season. Although I'm not 100% certain on that one. Let's go up this way. Oh, steady, steady. There's a lot of obstacles in our way up through here. And squeeze through there. Right, there's the header for our combine. We don't actually need to worry about that header for our combine because we're not using it. So we come... which way do I want to go? That way. We're going through here. There she is. I think that was our scaffolding that we left there. And it's this lady right here, Janet. Well, stop being busy. Stop. Right, thank you.
Not now. Sorry.
What do you mean, not now? So mean.
Hi there.
Hi there.
Hello. Nice to see you.
I don't doubt that. I'm awesome. Let's say, you look really beautiful today.
You really look beautiful today.
It's so nice to hear. Thank you.
No worries. Janet seems really fond of you. Right, Matthew doesn't seem too pleased. Although, you could understand that. We come right up to his girl, right beside him, and we're busy paying her compliments. Look how much she likes us now. Okay, yeah, so Matthew's not going to be happy about that. Not in the slightest. Let's go back to our farm. And we can just jump back over like this. This is going to be the easiest way to do it. We'll collect the eggs from the chickens. And we're going to leave the cows. Let's just see how much we got. We got 186 kilos of food in there. And this one's got 1,100. So we're going to sleep for a week again as soon as we've done this. We'll gather these eggs up. And then we'll sleep for another week. And we'll see what differences that makes. It's time to move forward with the seasons on this game. We've messed around for long enough doing all kinds of things. So let's see what else it's got to offer. Let's pick those up. And we got that one. And that one down there. And then that one there. Right. Job done. Now, I will at least close the door on there because I'm going to sleep for a week. And I'll close that door as well for the cows. Yeah, I know. I haven't milked you. I know. I'm a terrible, terrible person. Terrible person. Let's go up here. And let's go back to bed. It's been a long and busy day. I feel we've earned the rest. Taking a long rest. So this is the second long rest that we've taken. So we should be, in theory, moving right into the middle of autumn. Now, what's it say? Saturday the 7th of September. Are we really going to have to spend, like, literally cover the entire year? It's only the 7th of September. Is there any differences? We've got autumn colours on the trees. Is that different? I don't actually remember. Did we have autumn colours on the trees? The grass here is growing again. We cut all this grass. So that's growing again. There is that. So we do have some changes. This out here, is that longer? I don't know if it is or it isn't. I think it is. I think that's a little bit longer now. Only a tiny bit, but it is. It's definitely different. And there's the sunflower. The greenhouse, there's nothing in it. The chickens and the cows, how are they doing? It's been another week. Are they any different? Not really. They're pretty much the same as they were. Let's go in and gather some more eggs. And what I will do, we'll look at the map a minute. And plough the field, fix a building. Ooh, right, the fix the building quests do seem to be worth it, except that that's a long way from anywhere. There's no nearby point on that one, so I'm going to leave that. It said to plough the... It looks like there's only 3 quests available. Okay. Well, if there's only 3, there's only 3. We'll ignore them. But I will grab these eggs. There we go. We come around this side as well, and I'll grab these eggs. 1, 2, and those. And then there's 3 more lots over here. And there, and that one up there. Right, so we're done. There's the eggs. Close that one. Now, how many have we got? 154 eggs. Just wondering if I should go and sell some. 236 zucchini, 129 tomatoes. If we can find ourselves a wife, she would be able to do an awful lot of this. Let's jump out of here. Now, wifey, where are you? Potential wife. There she is, Janet. She hasn't moved. She's been there for a whole week, just waiting, pining for us, she is.
I'm busy.
No, you're not. You stood there like a lemon. Speak to her. Oh, you got something on your shoe.
I'm busy.
Well, you weren't.
Hi there.
She's very rude, she is. I'm not sure we want
Good
this lady
morning,
as our
friend.
wife. Good morning, friend. Ooh. Is there something I can help you with? Did you hear the latest news? Here, I brought this for... Ooh, we can give her a gift.
Here, I brought this for you.
Okay. The ring. Yes, the ring. That one. Give to Janet.
Thank you. So nice of you.
Right, so we've given her a very expensive ring. Oh, she's got heart eyes now. Does that mean we can marry her? Is that
Hi
it?
there.
Call her beautiful
Hello,
once.
come closer.
Oh, she likes us now. I can help you with. You have you're so beautiful. I wish I'd dream about you tonight.
You are so beautiful. I wish I'd dream about you tonight.
Apparently, I can't ask her to marry me yet.
You're a real charmer, aren't you?
All right, so there's another compliment that we're gonna. She's got the whole heart eyes thing going on, but we need to find more chests. Somebody sent me a link to show me where there was a whole load of chests, and I didn't look at it because I thought, I'd like to discover them on my own. Now I'm wishing I had. I want to find some more chests. Let's see if we can find a chest. There's got to be a chest around here somewhere. Is there any around here? This is hard. There's no chest. I can't see any chests. I think we should just give up. We give up on this whole thing and never worry about it again. We do have plenty of money. We can always go and buy a gift from John. So we will go back home. Let's go back home right now. No, I don't want to do that. I want to do this. And we will go back to the old Jack Bear over there. Exit the Jack Bear. We've picked up our chickens, and that's it. So we're going to sleep for again. Yeah, I'm going to leave the doors open. Let the animals come in. Let everything run riot. So let's go and sleep for another week. Enter. Taking a long rest. We're doing this an awful lot. We're taking a lot of long rests. As soon as we... Oh, that's different. Nope, just the 14th of September. It's been another week. We'll go and see Janet. We'll see if Janet has missed us. Is her heart aching for us? I'm thinking that we'll go and see what milking we can do now, because it's been ages since we milked. So maybe we'll be able to get more milk by if we've left it. In theory, you shouldn't. In theory, you should get the same. Two milk from the cow. Okay, so we're not going to get a great deal, but I will milk them a minute. And then I will save our progress a minute so we don't lose all of that that we've done. And then we're going to go and we're going to buy some perfume, I think, for Janet so that she smells nice. Is that really the polite thing to do? If you'd like to give a gift to a woman, giving her a pretty ring is nice, but perfume, surely that's saying, here, I don't like the way you smell right now, so put this on instead. Yeah, you see, I'm not sure. Maybe it does mean that, maybe it doesn't. Probably best if you don't actually word it like that, though. If you give her a gift, it is probably nice to say, I thought you'd really like this perfume, rather than, here, use this to mask your stink. But don't take relationship advice from Frithgar, because otherwise, your relationship is not going to last very long. Yes, that is what you should do. You should take your bottle of perfume and you should present it to the lady of your dreams and say, here, use this to mask your stink. That's not the way to do things. That is absolutely not the way to do things. I wonder if I should try that with Senleia. I'm thinking she'd probably hit me. One way or another, she would hit me. Whether she'd throw something at me or just, hit me, I'm not really sure. And no, she doesn't do such things in an abusive fashion. She just, it's more of a playful thing. And I would not actually say something to her like that in any serious kind of fashion as well, because that would just be horrible and downright cruel. No, don't do that, all right? If you think for a moment that I'm being serious, then just reassess, because I'm absolutely not being serious. Don't. No, don't. It's not okay to say such things. Anyway, we want to go and we want to speak to John over here, and we want to get ourselves something shiny. And ooh, mushroom. Is there any more shrooms in the woods to pick? Don't know. Let's just look at that fireplace. I'm pretty sure that fireplace is expanded or had more wood added to it. Remember it being quite like that. Anyway, let's go over here. There he is.
Good
There's
to see
John.
you. Can I help you?
Yep, you can sell me stuff. Actually, yeah, I'd like you to sell me stuff.
Care to trade?
Suppose we might be able to sell him
What do you need?
some things. Don't know what our wives will make for us. So, those are 7.76 euros each. These 2 euros a piece for zucchini. I can get 472 euros for those. I'm going to sell 136, and I'm going to keep 100 of them. So that our wife can cook 100 zucchinis. There we go. Sell those, 272 euros. And I'm also going to go to those, and I'm going to sell 29 of those, so our wives can... so Janet is going to cook those. Janet is our future wife. So there we go, 116 euros for the milk. And then the eggs, I will sell 79 eggs. There we go, 31.60. So we've got 26,855 euros. We will keep all the rest of this, and we're going to go into here, and we gave her the golden ring. We could give her a perfume bottle. Let's buy one of those, and we'll also buy some fancy 144 euros for chocolates. Are you kidding me? What do you think this is? Seriously, dude? 144 euros for chocolates. Who ever heard of 140 euros for chocolates? That's just ridiculous. This is daylight robbery. It's a crime. It's not right. I'm not happy about this. I'm absolutely not happy about it. It's right. Janet, hi.
I'm busy.
No, you're not. Right, you done with that?
Hi there.
Right. Now,
Good morning, friend.
Speak to me, lady. Speak to me. Did you hear the latest news? Here, I brought this for you.
Here, I brought this for you.
Another little gift. Now, we gave her a ring last time. Ooh. Can I take it back? I can't take it back. Okay, so do we give her the chocolates or the perfume? Here, I bought these to fatten you up because you're looking too skinny, or this is to mask your stink. I think here, you need fattening up.
Thank you. So nice of you.
Right, so we're starting to fatten her up a bit now. We will speak to her again, and we will pay her a compliment.
Good morning, friend.
Good morning. Now we want to go with... Did it hurt when you were falling from the sky?
Did it hurt when you were falling from the sky?
You're a real charmer, aren't you?
I'm sure there's supposed to be more of that, rather than just, hi, you look like you've fallen from a great height. I'm sure there's more to it than that. Aren't you supposed to say that you... And then she sort of says, huh, what? And then you say, because you look like an angel, surely you're an angel that's come down from heaven. But we seem to have missed that bit out. So I think we've just been throwing the insults towards Janet thick and fast today. Let's go to bed. I think we need another week's sleep to get over this. It's been interesting. One more week's sleep, and then we'll see. We'll get the eggs from the chickens. We won't bother about milking cows this time. Another long rest. Some new eggs. And it's now the 21st of September. And look, the weather forecast is actually saying that it is going to rain. We got rain and thunder coming. Didn't realise we had such things in this game. So let's go in here. This is going to be our very last day that we do this week. And we'll come back to it next week. And we will keep charming Janet. And hopefully we'll turn her into our wife. And then she can go into the kitchen and be a slave forevermore. And cook all of the wonderful food that we want her to cook. I don't know how efficient she's going to be. It's probably not the best way to look at it, though, is it? Hi, would you like to be my potential slave? I mean, wife. Wife, yeah. Potential slave. Slave and wife. I'm getting confused. Would you like to be my potential slave? I mean, wife. I don't think that I'd have gotten very far if I'd said that. Well, actually, if I'd said that, Sen would probably have just laughed at me and said, yeah, in your dreams. Did you actually want to ever eat again? Because, I might accidentally put something very poisonous in some of the food in the house. And, not actually tell you which it is.
Hi there.
She might do that. Anyway.
Good morning, friend.
Let's not worry about that right now. So, farming advice, you look like the princess I've been looking for my entire life. Did you hear the ladies? Here, I brought this for you.
I brought this for you.
Another gift. Right, Janet. We fattened you up a bit. I gave you some jewelry because, just to make you look a bit nicer. And now I'm going to have this to mask your stink.
Oh, thank you. So nice of you.
You didn't hear what I said, did you? Let's speak to her. It's raining.
Good morning, friend.
Hello, beauty. So nice to see you.
Hello, beauty. So nice to see you.
That's so sweet. You are really nice.
You better believe it. Right, so we got love hearts, but why can't I marry you yet? What else do you want, woman? What else do you need? Oh, and I know that some of you may sort of wonder why I'm saying woman to her, because it may sound a little bit rude and derogatory. It's something that I've sort of have a habit of doing, and I know that some people actually don't think it's very nice. It's something that I call my wife all the time, Senleia, and she calls me man. It's just a thing that we have, and I do sometimes forget that some people find it a little bit offensive. I'm not actually meaning to be offensive in any way. It is something that we just do with each other, so I just thought I'd better just mention that, because I've been saying it a bit in this episode, and I don't want people thinking I'm really rude, obnoxious, and horrible. Well, I am rude, obnoxious, and horrible, but I don't want you thinking I'm rude, obnoxious, and horrible for that reason. Yeah, there's plenty of other reasons to find me rude and obnoxious. Don't you worry. I'll find you plenty of them. Anyway, we have run out of time for today. I'm not sure I like the way they do it. The rain itself is good, but I've never been a fan of the raindrops turning up on the screen like that, because instead of... You don't get raindrops sitting on your eyeballs, right? My eyeballs are not cameras. And the thing with having it like that is that now it looks like I'm looking through a camera into the game instead of peering through my character's eyeballs into the game. And there is a big difference between the two. And I think that sometimes it would be good if, you could have it so that you're looking through your eyes rather than... I'm now looking through a camera. And this is sort of, it does sort of spoil it a bit. It's raining. It's muddy. We can get stuck with the tractor. Next week, we have run out of time. We will have to continue this one on next week. So if you enjoyed the episode, then please hit down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.